Now at 11, students here in Indianapolis are leaving the schoolhouse for the State House.
It's not a laughing matter. It's not something we can just pass by. It is something that is life or death.
Tonight, the critical message these young Hoosiers say is behind their planned walkout. Plus 15 counselors now voicing opposition to a proposed Google data center here in Indy. We'll show you what that could mean for the 500-acre project.
Clouds and rain chances back in that Friday forecast, but how about the weekend? I'll have a look ahead.
And we're counting down to the Winter Olympics. Tonight, our first story from the WTHR Olympic pre-trip. We'll give you a tour of the host country in a tiny ride that is truly Italian. Thanks for inviting us in. We'll have more on those stories in a moment, but first we've got some breaking news from the Indiana Fever. Superstar guard Caitlin Clark confirming that she will not play again this season. Clark posting the news on social media saying, "I spent hours in the gym every day with the singular goal of getting back out there. Disappointed isn't a big enough word to describe how I am feeling." Caitlin goes on to thank the Fever fans for supporting her and the team through this season. Caitlin Clark, as you know, has missed the last 19 games with a groin injury. There are just 3 games left here in the regular season. This news may not come as a surprise to you, but it's certainly the latest blow to a team hit hard with injuries this year. The Fever also announcing today that forward Chloe Bibby is out for the season. And it's not just Clark and Bibby. Sophie Cunningham, Sydney Colson, and Ari McDonald also suffering season-ending injuries. McDonald and Bibby both brought in to account for all of the injuries earlier in the year. Thursday, the Fever signed guard Bree Hall to the rest of season hardship contract. In all, the Fever have signed 7 players to emergency hardship contracts in the last 4 months. Right now, the Fever are still in the postseason hunt. They're currently in the 8th spot. Only 8 teams make the playoffs. And we'll follow this Caitlin Clark news and the Fever's playoff chances extensively in the coming hours and days. You can see every breaking development on Sunrise beginning at 4 a.m. New tonight, a deadly shooting on the far east side of Indianapolis. Want to show you the scene around 7 o'clock Thursday night on East 37th Place. This is near 38th and Post. Police tell us they found a person who had been shot. That person died at the hospital. Right now, we're working to learn what led to that gunfire and if police have identified a possible suspect. A group of IPS students are planning to walk out of their classrooms on Friday. They'll be spending the day over at the Indiana State House protesting gun violence. Our Logan Gay talked with the students and shares tonight why they say their voices need to be heard on this issue.
So instead of waiting for lawmakers to come to their classrooms, students here at Shortridge High School are joining students across the nation and bringing the classroom to the State House. They're joining the Students Demand Action National Walkout on Friday.
People say you're at school to learn about statistics, not become one.
Shortridge High School students Addison and Campbell say they've had enough of sitting around and waiting for lawmakers to take school safety seriously. They say so far nothing has changed their whole academic career.
It's sad because it feels that shootings like this have become normalized, that everybody knows how to react to it, that it happens.
They say the most recent mass shooting at a Catholic school in Minneapolis is proof of that. 2 children were killed and 21 other people were injured in the shooting.
It's devastating to know that it could really happen to any of us. It could happen at public school, a Catholic school, anywhere. And it's sad to know that there's not a difference that's being made right now.
If we are scared to be at school, there's always a chance that we could die before we get the chance to survive.
With that in mind and signed permission forms from their parents, they'll be part of a group of Shortridge students who plan to walk out of these doors at noon on Friday, take a bus to the State House, and join other students from North Central and Heron High School, demanding lawmakers ban assault rifles.
I think it's so important for youth to have their voices heard, especially because we're going to be the people who inherit this nation as it is. Again, it comes back to kids over guns, people over objects. People's lives are at stake here.
Once at the State House, there will be prepared speeches starting at 12:30, and then the students will be back here at school before the day ends. In Indianapolis, Logan Gay, 13 News.
Tonight, we want to take a closer look at funding cuts targeting Indiana's child care voucher program. 55,000 Hoosier children were on child care and development fund vouchers in the month of July. Now, according to the FSSA, the agency overseeing child care in our state, the previous administration overused temporary COVID funds. Right now, the agency is slashing current voucher rates by double digits. So I want to give you the numbers. For infants under the age of 1, voucher rates will see a 10% cut. The same goes for toddlers 13 to 36 months old. Vouchers for preschoolers will take a 15% cut, and vouchers for K through 12 taking the biggest hit, dropping 35%. Now, the director of Little Duckling Daycare told us that cuts will worsen child care access across the state of Indiana.
A 10% difference in tuition that you're getting for having a student that currently has a CCDF voucher could impact your program greatly.
Now, in June, the On My Way pre-K program was cut in size by more than half. So we reached out to Indiana House and Senate Republicans as well as Indiana FSSA for comment. We have not heard back yet. The future of a 468-acre Google data center here in Indianapolis is now in question. 15 out of 25 city-county councilors now say they oppose plans to build this facility in Franklin Township. So that 15 number is really important because if all of them vote no, that is the 60% needed to reject the plan. But it's not just councilors. Some people living near that site for the proposed center have been really vocal in their opposition. Michael Paul Hart represents part of that district. Monday, he says he'll be asking to overturn the Metropolitan Development Commission's approval.
The best type of land use that we could see out of that would be a mixed use type, right? Some commercial, some light industrial, and of course some housing and all that.
If there is new information, I'm always happy to look at it, but at this point it would be very unlikely for me to consider making any changes. In fact, I'd say it's 100% unlikely.
After Monday's council meeting, Google representatives are set to meet with Hoosiers opposing the plan, all in an attempt to find a resolution. A final vote is expected to take place on September 22nd. Angela?
Scott, Thursday, as expected, was a cooler day, and as we near 1 a.m. on a Friday, morning temperatures are in the 40s and 50s. We still have 58 in Indianapolis, but a lot of the outlying areas in the upper 40s and low 50s. We're down to 49 in Muncie, 49 Crawfordsville, 51 in Greencastle. Kids, if you're up, it's too late. Bus stop forecast is a chilly one. It'll be a cool start. Chance of a few showers, increasing clouds tomorrow out later this afternoon, and temperatures will be in the 70s. We will look ahead to the weekend, have that forecast for you in a few minutes.
Here's a look at the other stories making headlines right now. A former IPS student was just sentenced to nearly 2 years in jail for attacking a teacher. Aziz Mohamedou pleaded guilty to that attack. It happened at George Washington High School last year. Mohamedou is currently in jail for entering unlocked apartments in Greenwood last year. Tonight, a woman is in critical condition after an apartment fire on the southeast side of Indianapolis. This happened around 10:30 this morning. Firefighters found the woman unconscious and helped get her to a hospital. Investigators believe an overloaded power strip next to the couch caused the fire. Tonight, we're getting an inside look at IU Health's massive project going up near downtown Indy. When it's all finished, this hospital will have 3 towers. We're talking about 1 million square feet. The new space will consolidate Methodist and university hospitals. We're told construction is about 45% complete. It's expected to be open in late 2027. Jim Irsay now honored near Lucas Oil Stadium. The city renaming a portion of South Street between Capitol and Missouri Streets for the Colts' late owner. So if you're heading out to the game Sunday afternoon, you can check out the new ceremonial signs. Jim Irsay will be inducted into the Ring of Honor during their team's game with the Dolphins. Tonight, the Facebook page of an Indiana attorney who shares a name with Facebook's founder is back online. Mark Zuckerberg is a bankruptcy attorney here in Indianapolis. He told us yesterday his Facebook account was banned and deleted several times because of his name. Now he and Meta both confirm his page is back up and running. Remember, you can find all of our latest local stories anytime on our 13 News app. New tonight, Hoosiers gathering to honor firefighters and first responders who died in the line of duty. The sound of bagpipes filling downtown Indianapolis for the fallen firefighters annual remembrance ceremony. The president of the Professional Firefighters Union of Indiana spoke at this event. The names of 7 fallen firefighters were added to the Indiana Law Enforcement and Firefighters Memorial, including Michael Finnegan from IFD. We talked to his widow about the meaning behind this memorial.
It's an honor to have all these firemen come to support us, and it's very hard. I mean, you have your family, you have your faith, and then you also have your fireman family who support you no matter what.
And if you'd like to pay your respects, you can visit this memorial at Government Way and Senate Avenue. That's near the Indiana State House.
Cool tonight with lows in the 50s when you'll need the umbrella in that Friday forecast.
Breaking ground on a groundbreaking facility for the Indiana Fever.
That our players matter. Their health matters, their families matter, their futures matter.
We'll show you how this new space is changing the game. That's coming up. And it's a tiny car boasting the best ride in Italy. Tonight we're getting to share the first story from our WTHR Olympic pre-trip, driving through Rome and Tuscany with Fiat fanatics. That story's next.